Welcome to Be the Light 365. I'm Pastor Jay. We're in Matthew chapter 22, verses 1 through 14 for our Bible study. And Jesus is talking another parable. And he's telling about this king who has a son who's getting married. And so he throws this big festival and feast for him for his marriage. Well, he calls the servants and he tells them, look, go out and tell my other servants, come on in, that we're fixing to have this marriage. Well, they go out and the people start making excuses. They start saying, well, I got to go do this to my farm, or I got to go sell this to merchandise, you know, and some of them were just even spiteful and bitter and just went ahead and killed the servants. So the king found out and he was mad, so he sent his armies out and killed these guys. Then he tells the servant, he says, look, go out into the highway, in other words, out into the world, to other people, and find who you can find and bring them here, bad and good. That's how he says it. And they do, and the king is happy because the place is filled up now, and he's walking through and he sees one person without a wedding garment. He asked him, he said, why aren't you in a wedding garment? The guy couldn't say nothing. He said, look, take this man, throw him out in the utter darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. He said, because for many are called, but few are chosen. What I'm getting from this is, well, we know for one thing, he's talking about the chief priests and the Sadducees and them of Israel. They weren't doing what they should be. They were not following God. Their heart was not with God. Their tongues were, but their heart wasn't. So he destroyed it. Matter of fact, destroyed the temple in 70 AD. And then he goes on and he said about these wedding garments, us. These are the people who are called from all over the world, the nations. But he leaves this. I love how Jesus does stuff. He leaves this one person didn't have a wedding garment. In other words, you can call yourself Christian all you want, but if you're not with God, if you're not acting Christ-like, then you're not wearing the right garment. I'm just going to be honest with you. We need to get back to Christ. We need to, you know, put off the religion and put on the God. That's what's important. It is to change, to put our hearts with God. We're here to serve God. You know, He wants us, He does want us. He wants us to enjoy life, but do it in His will. His will is goodness. In other words, live a good life, doing good to others.